So with this setup today, we've got a closed network using our switch here, and we have an Ethernet connection to our computer and an Ethernet connection to our review device, which here is an iPad. So as in the documents, what we recommend is having a static IP address set. So the document will show how to set this on Windows and on Mac, but here on the Mac, as a reminder, in the network area, you can see that my Ethernet adapter has an IP address configured. So we're a fixed static 192.168.2.11. We also need to do the same on our iPad. So in the iPad, when you go to settings, when you're connected with an Ethernet adapter, you'll see Ethernet here, and you tap on the interface you've got, and where configure IP is, you need to make sure that this option is on manual. And when it's on manual, you can then type in these addresses. So we're doing a different address to our laptop. So 192.168.2.12, and all the settings, the rest is in the document. So with that set up, we can start the live capture. And in this scenario, we're capturing with a USB capture device. So something like an AV Media. So we go to Tag Live Video, and we connect our device. So we've got the AV Media coming in, and importantly, check your capture profile. So we choose our devices, go to our capture profile settings, choose our profile, and then double check that we've got this option of stream video signal turned on. So with that in place, we now start the capture. So that's now capturing and streaming out the video and the data. Then on our iPad, we open up Nacsport Live, and because we've got static addresses, we need to go to the option of add a device manually. Now in this setup, my iPad had a fixed address of 192.168.2.11, sorry, my Mac. So that's the address I'm connecting to. I press connect, and then I've got the video feed coming through from the computer, because now the computer is streaming out the video that's coming from the capture device. And then over time you'll have the clips start to show, and you can review them as well. So this is the setup when you have a closed network with Ethernet on our receiver device to the switch, Ethernet on our computer to the switch, and we're capturing from a USB capture device. Okay, so in this setup, what we have is an RTSP feed coming into Nacsport for our live capture. This is our AP mini feed device, so we've got the HDMI coming from the camera, which is connected to the encoder, and then this is connected to our switch. Now think of this the same as any of our other encoders, or if this was something like an IP camera feed coming into your network. So that's now connected to our network switch via Ethernet, and we still have our computer connected to the same switch. We have our receiver device, the iPad, connected to the same switch as well. The important thing here is that everything is on the same range. So our encoder, our RTSP address, is on the same 192.168.2 range, and that's the only way we can see the feeds, because everything is on the same range. So in this scenario, there's no different setup to our static address on our receiver device or our computer, as long as they're on the same range as our RTSP feed. So when we tag the live video now in Nacsport, the device we're going to use is our video stream. Let's just mute that. So now I have the feed address of our AP mini feed, and as you can see on here, 192.168.2.168, those first three numbers show us it's on the same range. So in this scenario, we are going to capture that RTSP feed into Nacsport, and we can capture, review and tag away as normal, but Nacsport will now only be sending out the data. So when it comes to using Nacsport Live, we need to use this final option, it says video and data from different sources. The video address is where we're going to put the RTSP feed in. So this is our AP mini feed in this example. It might be your IP camera address or another RTSP feed from the AP feed or the AP multi-feed box. So the full RTSP address goes in there. If you need to put a username and password to access that, you use those boxes. Then at the bottom, the IP address data is the address of your Nacsport machine. And as we recommend, we've got a static address, and we know here that our computer is 192.168.2.11. So our RTSP feed, which is coming from the switch, and our computer data, which is connected via the switch. So as we connect, we've now got the video feed coming from the network, our RTSP feed, and then in the same way, over time, as we're tagging things, we'll have the clips starting to come through as well. So in this setup, we've brought in the AP wireless unit. So this wireless booster is now connected to our switch in the same way. The reason we're going to connect this to the switch and our computer to the switch is because within our switch, we are also bringing in our AP mini feed. So we're getting the RTSP feed from our camera. So our camera HDMI goes into the encoder, and then this is connected to the switch. And because we want to put that into our setup, we definitely need to go through a switch. So our mini feed encoder is connected to the switch. Our laptop is connected to the switch and has a static IP address on the same range. And our AP wireless is connected to the switch, and this is configured with a static address. On our receiver device, all we need to do is now use the Wi-Fi to connect. So here I'm connecting to AP wireless, and we don't have to worry about any static address settings here because that's all managed between the wireless unit and the receiver device. So we open up Nacsport Live, and because we are taking the RTSP feed from the encoder, we put that video address in here, and then we take the address of our computer, the static IP as our IP address data at the bottom, and we connect. And now we have the video feed coming through wirelessly, and obviously the clips that we tag in Nacsport will also start to come through here as well. So again with AP wireless here, but because the only device we need connected to this via Ethernet is our computer, we don't have to use the switch. So we have our computer connected to the AP wireless unit here, and then we're going to have our receiver device wirelessly connected. And that's because I'm now taking the video feed in through a capture device. So our AV Media is giving us our video feed. So again, still a static IP address set for our computer. That's connected to our wireless unit, and now our receiver device is connected via Wi-Fi to that. And because we are getting the video and the data from Nacsport, we go to add a device manually, and we put in the IP address of the machine, press connect, and now we're wirelessly receiving that video and the data from the Nacsport machine.